What was your verdict on that, Dave?
Better team won, plain and simple. They were better than us all over the pitch. I think every outfield player, 10 players, just played so poorly, never done their job, which we had been doing the last 2 or 3 weeks. And when you do that, when you drop your level, we're not good enough to win games, and that showed today. They ran over the top of us at times, and said to them in there as well, they played the same formation as what we faced against Albion and Queen's Park the last couple of weeks, and we played very well against that and matched them and overrun those teams, and today it was the exact opposite. I think they just came and they looked hungry. I don't know whatever players in there thought after winning a couple of games that would become a great team, which we know we're not. We drop a level, anybody can beat us. It's been shown. We've lost 5 of our first 7 games, so need to make sure there's a huge reaction going into Albion Rovers next week.
Because there was so much encouragement from the last 2 games going into today.
There was, yeah. And I genuinely think that's the thing. I stressed to them before you go out the exact same things. Make sure we're right at it. You have to earn the right to play football. You have to go and do the dirty side of the thing, and say that's what we've been doing great the last couple of weeks. And today it was night and day compared to those performances, and that's the worrying thing. So you say the players make it difficult to change the team, which we've done the last 3 weeks. We've more or less kept the same team bar one injury or so, a bit of illness, but you could go in if you've got the players, you could change every single one of them next week.
Not maybe much in the first half, but it felt like the second half you didn't really look like creating much at all.
No, even then at half time you say, give us a reaction, come on, you go out there and we go out and we've probably even worse in the second half than what we were in the first, if that was possible. We've worked to keep our 3 time. We've had 3 very good chances, but saying that they've had plenty of chances themselves. And one thing was every time we attacked, they just countered on us. Within 10 seconds, they've got a shot at our goal. So it tells you we weren't quite organised in the middle of the park or at the back, and a lot of stuff to work on for next week. You
made a couple of early subs second half. Was that just a tactical thing?
Well, one of them, Jason Marr, was saying he was feeling ill. So again, McGee's a wee bit earlier noticing that. So disappointing we lose him. Have to make one forced substitution there. The other one, I just felt Peter wasn't himself today, but again, we could have taken any single player off. I just felt putting Mark Stewart on, we'd have a couple of players up front with a bit of energy, a bit of legs to stretch them, but it never quite happened. So again, it's back to the drawing board and a lot to work on.
Can you give us an update on the 4 guys who were out injured today?
Again, it just seems to be lingering on and on. It's a frustrating one. I think Willie Gibson's probably the one that will have a chance for next week. He's got ankle Achilles kind of problems, so hoping that settles down with a little bit of rest. Dan Smith, again, we're not quite sure where we are with that one. I think can't really tell you the time frame of that, to be honest. We keep saying it'll be a couple of weeks and it's never really getting any better, so we've tried a few avenues to try and solve the problem, and maybe running out of options at the minute, so don't know whether it's just rest or whatever that will solve that. Lee Hamilton as well, he's carried a foot problem for probably 6 months, and every time it gets better it just reoccurs, and again that's one that I think the only solution to solve that is by rest. So again, we can't really put a time scale on that one, so it's frustrating at the minute. But again, as I say, it's the same players who played today that played the last couple of games, and there wasn't a problem, so we just dip well below the level of performance that we've set ourselves, and we can't afford to do that or you'll be turned over.
Really important to bounce back next week against Albion Rovers.
Of course, yeah, and Albion Rovers will be desperate to pick up their first 3 points of the season, and it's a very tough venue, tough pitch to play on, so if we don't go there prepared for a fight, then we'll lose that one as well. We have to make sure we go there and get back to what we had been the last 2 or 3 weeks, or else we'll lose that game as well.
Were you tempted to give Ronan Hughes a loan signing a debut today, or is it?
I was looking to bring him on, but again, when you're forced into one at the back there early on, then it obviously limits your options. So yeah, but it will certainly be available and an option for next week, as well the rest of the players who were on the bench, and hopefully Willie Robertson back fit as well.
And Darren Barr, how's he doing?
Darren Barr as well. I think he's just, again, he might be another week or 2. I think he just needs to do a little bit more strength work, and again, his isn't a big issue. I don't think it's just, I don't know whether he's just come back a little bit earlier. He's just feeling a little bit of a twinge. We're pushing off, so it's something that we're not worried about with that one. I think that will resolve itself in the next week or 2, hopefully sooner rather than later.